You like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
The movies. Stupid TV shows. TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse.
Let's start the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday edition of Next Issue Podcast, where we talk about mainly comic books, but also other stuff that we've been watching. Right off the bat, I mean, we had a really, really fun show yesterday, I think.
So fun
With the awards, the Next Issue Awards. Wait, what do we end up calling them? Nipple. Next Issue
People's
Choice Award. I don't know how we got to nipple, but
yeah,
it's in there.
I guess
somewhere.
people I don't know.
Yeah. Next Issue People, so nipple, of course.
Yeah.
So go check it out. We these were all voted on by the people that filled out our survey. So those are not our picks. If you want to know our picks for the best of 2025, stay tuned for the next few weeks. Next week we plan to do comic books. Jeff, how's your list coming along?
It's great. It's although you were like, oh, we're just gonna do 5 a piece, and I was like, well, I've got a list of like 87, so
yeah.
Now I need to, as a Sophie's choice of figuring out which 5 get to go. I do like I like that the plan is to keep them secret from one another.
Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting to see. Yeah. It's a Sophie's choice right now.
Those logistics, like, because if we start at 5, but somebody has my higher pick, I guess we could do here. Let's talk a little bit about that. So, if we start high, going to low. So if we start from 5 to 1. If I have one comic at number 1 and you have it at 5, what do we do?
Do you
then?
change your number 1? Well, so my initial plan was like, am I just going to see what everybody else says and then just pick something off my larger list? So just so we cover more comics that way.
I think what we should do is go the opposite direction. Yeah.
Well, but then I was like, but that's kind of cheating the thing, because then like if we all are like, but Absolute Wonder Woman was like the best comic of the year, then we should all be like, Absolute Wonder Woman is the best comic of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's what the people voted for. People love Absolute Wonder Woman. They love Kelly Thompson. They love Hayden Sherman. Go watch that show. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the top and work our way down. And then if anybody has duplicates, like if I have a comic higher, that way we get to talk about it first. And that way, depending, we can check the time to see how far down the list we get to go. So it could be more than 5. That's why I told you guys, prepare more than 5. But I think 5 is just based on the time constraint. So we'll see. I'm pretty excited about it. I think I will prepare my top 6. That way, DC has 2, Marvel has 2, and then all the other companies have 2 picks. Yeah. Well, I have I still have like 16 on my short list. I've been able to narrow down some. You can check out the comics that barely missed the mark. We have a video for that. And then I don't know if you're doing anything like that on your TikTok, Jeff, of the comic books that almost made the cut, but you can follow Jeff on TikTok for more comic book stuff. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. The idea of keeping it a secret, it's so silly, but I'm like, I don't want people to know. I don't want people to know my favorite comics until I tell them what they are. Officially.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. So, but if you have
at
a
this
favorite
point,
comic book, sorry, just to
the
the audience.
At this point, I'm not even sure. My favorite comic is right now still yet of 2025.
It's tough because it was such a good year, I think. So also did you have those books behind you yesterday up on the wall? Or is that a new edition?
No, I changed out yesterday after the show. I switched. There used to be like framed pictures here. And so now oops, I dropped a light. But now I have actually I'll use the light to show off.
It's your X-Men number 1 replicas.
So there's Yeah, these are the Alex Ross X-Men replicas for the Jim Lee covers there. Very nice. We've got a Frank Cho Catwoman, the Spider Island Mary Jane art brute that looks like the Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
The X-Men Heroes for Hope, and a Batman Deadpool Jay Lee.
Oh yeah, I recognize that. That's the one that caught my eye. Because I was like, I don't think I've seen that one. Like I don't remember seeing that yesterday.
Yeah.
As you can see, my background's also under construction. All the materials would arrive in time. Or actually, I miscalculated how big my wall is. I guess that's what. So I ran out of stuff. So I'm getting more. We got some comments in the chat. People watching live. Hello from Koi Dog Jake. The best video of them all. We're doing good. We're doing good. Love the video. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, go check all those videos out and stay tuned for next week. And like I said, if you have a favorite comic book or a movie, we're doing movies as well, or a TV show, let us know in the comments. We'll give you guys a shout out on the show. Okay, we got a lot to talk about, Jeff. Even though it was a no DC week, I still read a lot of comics, so we'll get to that in a minute. But let's start with all of the stuff we watched. And
yeah,
I'm gonna throw it over to you because I think you have the hot topic that's on everyone's mind for this week and this week only.
I did watch the finale of Stranger Things. I have very it's a roller coaster of emotions. It's not, first off, not good. It is not technically, it is a very not good show. The writing, I don't even know where to begin. The writing is just not there. Dialogue wise, they turned I know you haven't really watched the last couple of seasons, but they added I can't remember what's their name's daughter to the cast like 2 seasons last season, maybe 2 seasons ago.
Maya Hawke?
Maya Hawke?
No.
Yeah.
I thought she was there from the beginning, right?
You know, she came in the later seasons.
Okay.
She wasn't in the first season for sure.
Beast Medic in the chat does say it was hot as garbage. So
I don't like being too negative about these things, but it was rough. It was really, really rough. Like they turned her into like this weird like joke cracky, you know how people talk about the Marvel movies and they're like, oh, it's a joke every 30 seconds kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not really true. That's kind of how this Stranger Things season was. There was like, they were like, we have to cut the tension, have Murray say something stupid, or have, one of the characters will just say something completely off character just to kind of weirdly break the tension. There's this countdown clock to when the world's going to end, but all the characters keep having these like heartfelt discussions with one another, like over the, and I'm just like, wait, we don't have time for this. Like, work your problems out. First of all, this should have been worked out 4 seasons ago. Like, you guys have been fighting the same problem for years now. It's not the fault of the actors that they didn't grow up to be very good actors. That's not, that some people just can't act as adults, and so I feel like the writers should have adapted the writing for that. But the whole thing, they wrapped up the whole thing with like a fancy Prince song, and then they hit you with the Lord of the Rings nostalgia, like the 15 different endings at the end of the episode. So I think it left people feeling good about the episode, like good about the whole thing, because they were like, oh, all these characters, we've sent them away. We've spent our 10 years with them, or however long it's been.
They didn't play Vitamin C, the graduation song.
Yeah. They did that. And so there was a lot of fan service at the very end of the episode, which I think is why there's this second wave. Like the first wave was like, oh, this is awful. And now I feel like there's this second wave of people who are like, oh, I loved it. Like I cried during the Prince song. And I'm like, well, they emotionally manipulated you into that. Like, it's still not good. My biggest fear is that it's so like people are kind of, they're people, it's getting a little glazed. And I'm like, you guys deserve better. Like, I feel like our bar has lowered for like, this is like hard target good, like that movie with Christian Slater. It's not good. It's like baseline summer blockbuster. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of like, there was, oh yeah, you can pull up.
Yeah, I was just saying, in the chat, not one demographic. I did see that like I said, I didn't watch it because I haven't been watching for a while, but like people were complaining that it was just kind of Vecna all on his own at the end.
Yeah.
Not one demogorgon, no enemy
Vecna the
mouse,
Mind Flayer.
plot holes everywhere. So yeah, worst part. I think they brought, is that 11
really
sister
remember
that they brought back from like that
they brought
weird episode from the first season. That's pessimistic.
They brought back the weird X-Men episode.
Yeah.
They brought one of those characters back. We lost Argyle from last season. Like there were characters that were part of the crew from last season that just vanished. We don't know what happened to them. We lost all the Demigorgons and all the Demi-Dogs like in the big final battle. Also, I seem to remember in the early seasons you were supposed to avoid the vines because touching the vines would allow the whole network to understand what was going on. And that kind of got lost over the seasons because then we were just like shuffling them all over the place. Like nobody really cared. There was just a lot of stuff that was rough with it. And and I was willing at the end of it, I was willing to be like, well, that was not good. But it's hard to do series finales. Like there's not, every big series finale gets a complaint. Game of Thrones, people hated the Game of Thrones one. So I was just willing to let it go. But then when people started being like, oh, it was so good, I was just like, no, you don't know. No. Stop eating McDonald's and thinking it's good. It's fine. It'll get you through the day, but it's not good.
Well, if you want more Stranger Things, they made a lot of comics. There's a Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons edition, the Rise of the Hellfire Club, Tales from Hawking. So like there's a lot of really cool Stranger Things comics out there. A lot of them by Jodie Hauser, who I'm a very big fan of. Like she does really great adaptations of stuff. But yeah, we'll move on from the Stranger Things train. I do wish that the finale had just been them kind of going back to like it was all part of their D&D game that they started in season 1. I think that would have been fun.
They kind of intimate that actually there's a little bit of like the whole thing was made up in a D&D game, but then somebody was just like, but that doesn't make sense either because there's the one season where the mom sleeps with like the kid, like the
that GM is going deep. That GM is a character player. He wants to build out the world.
Yeah,
he's gotta sleep. She's sleeping with him, right? Roll for initiative to see if your mom's gonna sleep with that dude.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Let's move on from Stranger Things. I mean, you guys know we like to keep things positive here overall. But I mean, it's kind of a big thing in the zeitgeist. So, all right, let me throw a few movies at you let me throw the New Year stuff that I watch. Some blessed soul on YouTube put out the Great British Bake Off New Year special on YouTube because that one doesn't show up anywhere. Like for some reason, those New Year specials and the Stand Up to Cancer specials, they don't put those on Netflix. I guess they only have the license for the main show. So I was able to watch that. That was really fun.
I see them on my Roku like channels. Like they have a Great British Bake Off channel, and every time I flip by it, it's always the red nose specials. It's always the celebrity ones. It's always like the weird special ones.
I need to. Oh, maybe my smart TV has a Great British Bake Off channel. I might look into that.
Check it out.
And then I also watched the Taskmaster 2-part New Year special. I don't know if you like Taskmaster. They've announced some of the cast for next season. So Taskmaster, for those that don't know, is a show where comedians go to the UK and they do stuff like they just, they present silly little challenges and they kind of have to do them. But for next week, we have a stand-up comedian named Amy Glenhill, who I don't really know, but there's a writer, director, and creator of Beep, Armando Iannucci, is going to be part of the cast. And then also comedian actor Kumail Nanjiani, who we may know here in the channel as not just a comedian, but also as Kango the Eternal. So,
did you see his stand-up special?
Fallout. What's that?
Did you watch his stand-up special?
I haven't yet. I want to. Well, I've seen clips of it on Instagram because it's all over the place. But yeah, I love Taskmaster, so I'm glad that I don't know when it's coming back, but at least they've revealed the cast and it's fun. I'm watching the Australian one. It's fun. It's just not the same exactly. The Australians
Do
have
you
a
watch?
different sense of humor, I think.
Do you watch Traders?
I don't.
Okay.
And I hear if I am gonna watch Traders, I should watch the UK version because that's just regular people, whereas
Yes,
the US
but
is
whereas
like
here's
celebrities.
but they just started a UK celebrity traders that I caught my roommates watching, and there's a lot of like people I recognize from like
Mm.
comedy bits, and I might watch that one. But Nate from Ted Lasso is in the season of Traders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's been in a previous season of Taskmaster as well. So
Yeah,
nice.
so there's a lot of just British comedies. I'm like, oh, comedians that I might have to go watch that.
I can see why, you guys like Monty Python and whatever. Like, what was the other? I can see why Josh loves the British scene so
The
much.
British
The British,
pop
yeah,
humorists.
it's really fun. Okay, let me throw it back to you because you watched the show that I've finished, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, after last week, I was like, well, I'll watch this Pluberous television show. I was expecting it to be much more of a comedy. I mean, it's very funny, but it is like getting through the first episode. I was just like, there's not a lot. I mean, there's parts that I've laughed at because it's like a dark comedy, I guess.
Like an uncomfortable laughter.
Yeah. But there's just it reminds me of like all the it's not as uncomfortable laughter, I guess. Yeah, it's like a serious Larry David show in a way. But once I caught the premise, because when we were talking about it last week, you guys were like, "Oh, you just got to watch it." I can't even. It's too hard to explain.
It's hard to
what
describe.
happened.
Yeah,
and then when I looked on Google, when I Googled it and I just saw whatever description popped up, it was just like so and so has to teach. There's a virus that makes it says everybody happy, and then she has to teach them all to be unhappy or something like that is what the description was, which is not correct at all, really. But then once I got to the premise, and for those of you watching that want to know, it is a virus creates a hive mind for humanity. And so most of humanity is now entwined in a hive mind, except for 12 people on Earth who are still their individual selves. And then how do those 12 people react to the hive mind of humanity? Yep. In the second issue, we meet a whole bunch of the first episode, we meet the main character. In the second episode, we meet a few of the other people who are also not affected by the virus. And I would definitely be the guy that gets Air Force One. I would definitely suss out right off the bat where I'm like, oh, you're a hive mind. So I can talk to you through any one of you. Please send Anne Hathaway my way, and I will let her be my conduit to the hive mind.
She'll be your what do they call them? Chaperone.
She'll be my chaperone. Yes, please do that. And here's what, when you go into watching shows like that, does your comic book brain kick into gear where you're like, immediately, this is how I would work this problem, where I'm like, I'm dealing with a hive mind. This is my new reality. Like, what can I do with this? What does this mean?
Not while I'm watching so much. Like while I'm watching, I'm just so I've seen a few people kind of complain that the show's a little bit slow. I don't think it's slow. I just think it's a lot of stuff is happening at one. Like they're literally showing you how stuff is happening almost in real time for some things. So like, yeah, it's not like a fast-paced moving show where there's a lot of action happening, especially because a lot of it is just kind of watching Rhea Seahorn like lose her freaking mind and like have her whole world crumbling down. But afterwards, I do start thinking like, oh man, what would I just start thinking like, what could happen next? Like just based on like the stuff that I've read, or like how would I do stuff like this? I'd be like, nope, bring me into the hive mind. I don't want to live like this.
I would have like a ton of questions for the hive mind.
Yeah.
So my current, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. There's 9 episodes altogether. My questions would be like, well, how did you decide to be peaceful? Because if you take us individually, we are not a peaceful species.
Even just
so
by
is there
nature.
like, even just by nature. So is there like half of you screaming in your head, no, you don't want to do this? Like, how did you get rid of the racism? How did you get? There's all the questions of when you become a hive mind, how did you become good? Because the nature of humanity is not really that.
They do dig into that, so let me know. Like, we'll keep talking about this as you watch the rest of the show. I think Clay wanted to do, like, I guess once you're done with it, and maybe once Josh is done with it, we could just do a whole show about Pluribus. Because I think it's worth though, and we're gonna have to wait. It's an Apple TV show, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit till whenever the next season's out. So
the only other thing it brought to mind is because I was watching some YouTube video video about the lost art of the show intro song, like a show whatever, and they talk about how every single show nowadays is just the title and a noise, and Pluribus does this as well. And so I was like,
that's what Lost did. So I mean, it's been going on for a while. Like Lost was the Lost title, right? And then like it would.
Well, they talk about how Lost was like one of the first ones to kind of like really cement it in this video. I'll see if I can find it. We can share it. But I would love it if they like wrote like a full on, it's not a Pluber you, it's a Pluber us, kind of theme song for that show. That would be...
Yeah. I mean, stuff like Sons of Anarchy still had full intro, so I guess they could do something. I guess for the tone of this show, that would feel weird.
I think all of them need a. It's the pit. We're gonna give you a stitch. We're gonna give you your leg back. It's the pit.
Welcome to the ball pit. Yeah.
We can write theme songs for all of these shows that don't have theme songs right now.
Let's do it. Great. All right. I have a few more things that I watched, including my first movie of the year, which is actually, I'll talk first about my last movie of the year of 2025. It's called Die My Love. That's the Robert Pattinson, Jennifer Lawrence film that I was definitely not ready to watch I will say the movie almost lost me like halfway through, but then it clicks and I'm like, oh, I have been watching this through a different lens that the movie does not want me to. So it's weird. I think it's on movie. I don't know if I think movies a service or something that whatever. So yeah, you can watch it. Overall I enjoyed it, and the performances are insane, like by both of them, but specifically Jennifer Lawrence. She's like, if you thought like I almost feel, I don't know if you've seen the Aronofsky film Mother, or at least know about it.
Bits and pieces, yeah.
So it almost feels like this director said, like, oh, you want to do a movie about a mother? Hold my beer. And then she's like, how about we do it from like a woman's perspective? And it's like, it's freaking insane, dude. And then for my first movie of the year, I was trying to figure out what to watch, and then Netflix told me that Ford versus Ferrari just came on, and I was like, all right, we're watching Ford versus Ferrari. I know people call that a dad movie. I'm not a dad particularly, but I mean, it still ticks all those boxes of like, there's the competitive aspect of it, there's the good performances, and then of course, just like they're talking about cars for almost 2 hours. So
there's the Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
there's the Matt Damon of it all.
Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Yeah. I almost watched that one as well, because it comes up like whenever I turn my Apple TV. That's one of the first thing that it comes on to recommend. So, and then the last thing I'll talk about, a really good movie that I missed in the theaters. It's an animated film called 100 Meters, and it's just about 2 boys growing up that develop a rivalry in running the 100-meter race in Japan. Like, that's all it is. And you see them, we catch them through different stages of their life, and it's really good. It's animated, very cool. So yeah, I recommend it if if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I wish I had seen this at the theater. But yeah, highly recommend it if you even watch some cool anime movies. So there we go. I think that covers all the stuff, right? We can get onto comics. But let's talk about
I am seeing Marty Supreme tonight. So there's that to look forward to. Yeah.
Oh, you want to catch it before we finalize our list of best stuff?
Yeah, it'll be a last minute edition.
Yeah.
2025 movie in 2026.
Well, keep us I mean, you don't have to watch it in 2025, just before the show at least. But yeah, keep us appraised of that. I want to watch that too. I haven't had time to go to the theater. I do want to go to the theater next week because they're releasing All You Need Is Kill, the anime. It's another anime movie. But it's the manga that inspired Live Die Repeat, The Edge of Tomorrow movie.
Okay, yeah.
But this is actually adapting the actual manga, so it's not changing anything like the way the movie did. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. The animation looks sick. I watched the trailer when I watched, I don't know, one of the things that I watched last year for anime. I was like, oh, sign me up for this. And then we also have Greenland comes out next week as well, the sequel with Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin about the meteor that destroyed the world. And let's see what they're up to now. So, but we'll see.
That's so crazy that's getting a sequel. Like things that get sequels are like.
Yeah, it was made for such a low budget and it made so much money compared to that. And overall, it was pretty good. Like we hadn't had a real disaster film in a while like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought I like Greenland. I like the original Greenland. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. So
I am in future also, just to kind of like, because it's the new year, like I'm all full of vim and vigor. This is where everybody, they're not really resolutions, but I am just like, I need to read more and I need to go see movies and stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is just like Texas theater where they call it Lee Harvey Oswald. They do a lot of special screenings. They're starting to screen all of Twin Peaks on a weekly basis. And I think it starts this week. They're also upcoming. They're showing The Crow on January 9th and 10th. And they're showing Old Boy on January 13th and 14th. They're showing A History of Violence on January 17th. And if I can find it, they're showing The Dark Knight on Friday, January 23rd.
Oh,
and Watchmen on the 31st.
That's old comic book movies, huh? I guess
they're calling it
we got to get to the nerds.
Well, they're calling it a noir part of their noir for January, but these are mostly all comic books. They got a lot of great Spinal Tap, Junior, When Harry Met Sally, Starman, A Few Good Men, Princess Bride, Misery. They got a lot of great movies they're screening out there.
Well, it sounds like that's a whole Rob what's his name, Reiner fest. Because all those movies,
that's probably Rob Reiner. Yeah, that makes sense.
All those movies you just named were Rob Reiner films, except like after the comic book movie. So interesting. I like the Texas theater. It's just the only problem is that those seats are very uncomfortable.
They are very uncomfortable.
I understand that they want to keep the original seats, but I'm a larger person, so
I do like that every year on the anniversary of the Kennedy assassination, they play the exact same movies that they play when Lee Harvey Oswald was caught. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they play the whatever movie he was watching, some kind of war movie, Korean war movie, and it was a double feature, so they play both of them that day.
Damn, that's crazy. And then they have the Dallas police show up.
Yeah. Arrest somebody. It's a lot. It's all dinner theater thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about comic books. If you're watching, and you feel free to let us know about your comic books for the week. Before we get into this week's stuff, do you have anything from prior? Because I have a bunch of things from prior weeks that I finally read.
I have a bunch of things for prior weeks. Was it was slow comic book weeks? Slow new comic book weeks means I get to catch up on just a bunch of random piles.
For it, but
I read this issue of Incredible Hulk 316. The crazy thing about this issue, and there'll be a TikTok about this later on this week, is in the back there is this one-off page that is like a live action page where it's John Byrne, Denny O'Neil, and some other editor I couldn't figure out talking about future Hulk scripts, and then there's this guy in a Hulk costume. Hulk doesn't like it, and so he gets mad and he like beats everybody up. And I'm like, Marvel needs to go back and doing that. I want to see Chip Zdarsky.
I want to see. Oh man, they could do it. They should have one with Deadpool, like beating up CB Cebulski.
Yeah, that would be great. Like how they haven't like go back to that. Here's another Hulk comic I read. This is Hulk Pop 41. This is during the Bruce Jones run, which is a very underrated run. I don't hear people talking about it very often. It's what a lot of the Marvel Hulk was kind of based on. That's where the Mr. Blue, Mr. Green stuff comes from, this run.
Okay.
And this is an awesome issue. It's the only issue I read. Bruce Banner is on the run from secret military who's trying to get the Hulk. He's trying not to change into the Hulk, and he kind of stumbles into an armed robbery at a convenience store.
Oh boy.
So the whole thing is this kind of like bottle issue where he's stuck inside with somebody like holding them gunpoint. The local sheriff is in there trying to hostage negotiate. Meanwhile, the bad army, the FBI or whoever it is that's trying to get to Bruce Banner is outside trying to pull strings and stuff. And the whole thing is just tense because is he going to turn into the Hulk? Is what's going to happen? Such a good run.
Very nice. Very nice. What else you got? I'll let you get through all this before we get to mine.
A bunch of Tom Strongs. I don't know if you've ever read Tom Strong. It's by Alan Moore. The initial issues the art is done by Chris Sprouse. He's basically Doc Savage, but not gold. Super smart, super strong adventurer. But they're a lot of fun to read. And then I have all these Gen 13s that I read as well. The coolest thing about these is in the back of one of these. I think it's this one. Oh yeah, it's this one. I didn't realize there's like a Planetary preview. Planetary from Warren Ellis and John Cassidy.
Yeah.
Before it came out. So, and these are a lot better than I remember them being.
Did they explain that baby's haircut?
The baby is it's a scientist who got turned into a baby. He's a mean evil scientist.
Got it.
They do explain it.
It looks almost like an Octavio Octopus. Doc Ock. Like very nice.
It reads like a New Mutants comic, is what Gen 13 does.
I think that's a compliment. I think maybe
very much so. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Okay. I read a whole bunch of things, including on New Year Day. I was at my family's, and being there the whole day, I did bring my iPad because I can only play with the kids so long before I need to take a break. But I been catching up on all the Ultimate Universe stuff that I haven't read. And I figured, what a better day to catch up than to catch up on Ultimate Wolverine. This is the Chris Condon and Alessandro Cappuccio, because the next issue comes out next week. So I was like, let me get on that. We'll talk about why that's all important when we get to this week's comic books as well. Hint, hint. So yeah, I forgot how good this book was, like just by not reading it for a few months. But then I just jumped right in and I'm like, God damn, Chris Condon just doing some absolutely magnificent work. It is just a really cool story. I love the X-Men, but the way that he's kind of twisted it around. It's funny because we have an Ultimate X-Men book, but this one also feels like an Ultimate X-Men book. So we actually are getting kind of two Ultimate X-Men book. One through Peach Momoko's lens, which is a really fun take, and then this one, which is also a really cool take. This one does feel a little bit more tied into everything else that's going on. Logan gets a new suit. They explain a bunch of things. You get to see different versions of a lot of the characters you probably know and love. Messed up things happen because that's just kind of how this ultimate world works. Yeah, it's really good. I highly, it really moved up the list as to like I'm on par with the other stuff that I'm reading. It's really good. So, and then I was gonna read more Chris Condon. So I was gonna just start his Green Arrow run that just wrapped up. So that one goes from issue 17, right after the Absolute Power stuff, all the way to 31. But
It's a good run.
when I was looking on League of Comics to see where to start, I remember that in the Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League, there's a character related to the Green Arrow verse, Leanne. Well, I guess multiple characters, so Cheshire too. Leon. I was like, oh, I don't want this Green Arrow to maybe spoil that for me because that one's wrapping up. So instead, what I did, so I put that on the back burner. I'm gonna read that Green Arrow run soon, but instead I read Cheetah and Cheshire of the Justice League issues 1 through 6. 6 comes out next week, so Jeff, I won't spoil anything for you. I know you haven't read it, but we did have it on our box, and I'm working on a video. But man, 1 through 5, you're caught up on it, right? You're caught up on everything except for the so many twists and turns. Like the heist aspect of it is so much fun. I didn't even know Damian Wayne had a cousin.
Yeah, there's a lot. I love how referential this series has been. Like because there's so much DC lore that it's hard to keep track of everything. I don't keep track of a lot of some of the characters. So I didn't know Damien had a cousin. Like I know that. I don't know. But it is fun to watch, especially in that 5th issue when they get caught or whatever, and then you start seeing everybody. They're like, "What are you doing here?" kind of thing. The setup for the heist is so good. It reads like an Ocean's 11 kind of.
Issue 5 is the issue where you kind of start seeing all the flashbacks of what they did to kind of set things up in place. But then even that one ends with a big like, what the hell is going to happen now?
Yeah, the twist ending. Yeah,
and then it's just like, okay. But I'm very happy to report that, at least personally, I feel like everything was resolved very neat, like very like there's no like, oh, and then this thing came out of nowhere and saved everyone or whatever, right? Like I think it all resolves in a fun way that it's very satisfying, especially if you're interested into why this heist had to happen in the first place, the way that it did. You get to see some cool characters like, what's their name? Hazard. That's a character that I've never met. She controls the probabilities, and then Greg Rucka was able to take advantage of all the absolute power nonsense to like give her a little power boost, so that it would fit the needs of the story. And then I love Cheshire, like from watching Young Justice. Like I always thought her relationship with Arsenal is very interesting. And then of course them having a kid who is a member of the Justice League, but also like she lives with mom, so like she's there while they're planning the whole thing.
I love how they're like, Leanne, can we like both sides are like, we don't know if we can trust you, Leanne.
Yeah,
kind of like.
It reminds me of like early like that era of the 52 comic book where like I just thought comics were really neat because it's all really ingrained in like all this continuity, but it's not inaccessible. Like it makes it very easy for you to like figure out whoever, and they use all these characters that you don't get to see all the time, like Claire and the Witch Boy. Like I don't know the last time I read a book with Clarion on it.
It's a really fun book, and the artwork, Nicholas Scott's art is so good.
It's perfect. It's like the perfect blend of house style, but also like let's make it a little bit different. All the characters look really cool.
Expressive faces.
Yes. It's real, and then like everybody gets a cool outfit. Like when they're not, you can tell is like, these guys are not in full costume the whole time. Like when they're lounging, they're just lounging in like, but also when they have to get down to business, they're gonna do it big. So Yeah, I really
But
like it. So I can't wait to talk to you next week when you read the final one.
I want to impress like how impressive the heist part is, because
Mhm.
usually when you see a heist in the comic books, it's like smash and grab,
Yeah,
or going in like. But this is full on. We have different moving parts. Like people have
yep.
to be in certain places at certain times in order for this thing to work out, and it's so good. Like I love it when it's like an actual heist,
Yeah.
kind of thing. They plan it around a celestial event, so most people's
There's kind of a
their
Trojan
attention
horse
is
aspect
divided.
to it. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff that they set up
It's really
to
good.
pull this
It's
off.
really good. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm aiming for Wednesday. I'll do a full review of the book. But if you haven't, you have time. You have a few days to read 1 through 5, so you can catch the next one on the 7th. So
Yeah.
and also I caught up on a few other things that we already talked about them, but like Justice League 14, I caught up on that. It's insane. Like going through the River Styx. Oh, God, so fucking fun. I read the Superman 33, the Demon and Luthor issue.
Oh, that's a
Hayden
good one.
Sherman, my goodness, that last round, fucking insane, dude. When you start hearing Luthor say an incantation, and
Yeah.
you're like, you are a mad person, dude. You're insane. Um, and then which one? And then the Green Arrow. No, which one's the one where Jay Garrick fights
A
guy? The Flash
Flash.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once Warrior shows up, I'm like fucking out of the park. So incredible stuff. I love that he went back to being a Red Lantern for the second round. That was so
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
because I love that run. I love Charles Soule doing Red Lanterns. That was such a great book. Like I don't know if it was Charles Soule doing the main book, but he did the Supergirl Red Lantern book. Um, so yeah, so I caught up on a bunch of things. The last thing I'll mention, and then we can move on to weekly stuff. Because I'm also doing a video for this. Do you know the character Nemesis, the Mark Millar character Nemesis?
I've never read any of those books.
Okay, well, they're super violent and very edgelordy. But every
Yeah.
once in a while, I mean, I've read all the series, the recent series, because he did one with Jorge Jimenez, and then it's just like a trilogy. Then there was that big event, that big game where he brought in all his characters from all his books. And then next week, the current series is ending, called Nemesis Forever. So I went ahead and just read all 5 issues. Big shout out to our friends at Dark Horse, because I want to do a video about it as well. Nemesis is just terrorizing the world. He's got a plan, but he's like if Batman was a psychopath. Well, I guess more without a moral
evil.
compass. Yeah,
Yeah.
an evil psychopath. But they also focus on like his alternate ego being like this tech bro persona, buying up all these companies. So like, yeah,
It's like what if Lex Luthor was Batman?
yeah, something like that. But even like a worse Lex Luthor, like a Luthor
Yeah.
without any scruples or anything. Like he doesn't care. And I think who is it? Let me come up with the artist on this one is Matteo Scalera. So the book looks fucking fantastic. Yeah, it's really cool. So if you want some edgelordy stuff that feels kind of tame compared to the other, I've never read the McNiven stuff, the original Nemesis stuff, but I hear that shit is like wild. This is probably a little bit more tame compared to that. There's still a lot of moments that you're like, who the fuck writes this stuff? But yeah, yeah. Like somebody check on Mark, but then Mark Millar does a book like what is this, Huck, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
okay, so he's just a writer that's very flexible. It's not just that all he can write is like messed up things happening. Yeah,
He has to write Nemesis to exorcise the demons so he can turn around and write Huck, which is like
he's got Nemesis is his way to work out the Netflix deal that did not fully pan out the way he wanted it to go. Yeah. It's yeah. I like I said, every once in a while I gotta appease my inner little edgelord, and go back and read some Nemesis. So, all right, comic books for this week, which was a very small week, like Jeff mentioned, because there were no DC books. DC said, we're going to take the last. You know what? We've been handing out W's all year long. We're just going to head. We're going to head and take the last week of the year off. We've earned it.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, I'll pass it back over to you.
They're like, our back hurts from carrying the industry for so long.
Yeah. So, because I only have 4 things, and one of them is my pick of the week.
I have okay. Well, we'll start off with this. This is Lucky Devils number 6. Number 6. I think there's 3 issues of this left. After reading this, I really like the concept of this book. I would have wished I had read it as a trade, all in one.
That's why I paused it. I'm still buying it.
Yeah,
but that's why I paused.
It's a great concept. I love that hell is run like a corporation, because if you ever work for a corporation, they're completely inefficient. There's no good things about corporations.
Yep.
And I think back to when I was a kid, and people are like, "Don't you want your government to be run like a corporation?" And now that I'm adult and I've worked for a corporation, my answer is definitively no.
Maybe like a nonprofit, but not a but not a corporation that trades on Wall Street.
No. Those guys are incompetent. I don't know how they're rich.
Running like I think, who is it? Is it the CEO of T-Mobile? That's really cool guy.
I don't know.
Treats his workers right. It's one of those guys. There's a CEO that seems like not
the CEO of HEB probably.
Oh, can you imagine if the government just handed out flour tortillas to everyone?
That'd be so good.
That's how we fix this country. That's how we fix this country.
A good butter flour tortilla.
Yeah.
Deliver them like the milkman used to back in the 50s.
Right.
Door to door.
Not a sponsor of HEB, but we don't even have one close by. I don't think it's like you may be getting one closer by to your side of the woods, but
maybe if the Dallas residents in that area stop being butts.
Yeah.
But what was I talking about? Lucky Devils. Yeah,
Lucky Devils.
It's a super interesting concept. I love all the characters in it, but it's kind of you have to sit down and read it. It's a comic book you have to read
because it builds on each other, and like it like this, like the layers of hell that they're talking about, or the corporate ladder that they kind of, the metaphor they're using, the issue builds on itself. So when I got to issue 3, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna keep remembering all this month to month.
But it's good. It's very good.
It's good. If you want something like that that's a little bit different, go read 8 Billion Genies, which is their previous collaboration. That one's fully out, and I believe issue number 1 was like our most watched review of the year by far that year when it came out. Really? So yeah, people love it.
What's interesting is in one of this, I think it's in this issue, they make reference to how the population's about to cross 9 billion. So I was like, oh, is this the same?
Oh, like the same Earth or something,
the same universe or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, this could all be connected to curse words. Could be connected to all this. I don't think they have any plans for that, but I mean, 8 Billion Genies is getting a TV show, so I could see something like this also getting like some animated show or something like that, like kind of the Tiny Onion deal. Maybe they could do something for their Studio E, I believe it's called. Silent E Productions. They're
okay.
So, okay. Well, I'll start with the last comic book I read in 2025, the 3rd issue of Marian Heretic. This is a book by Tini Howard Giorgiaro, who we were able to talk to last year. And it's really cool because in this one we get to kind of see and go back to the origin of Marian. Also, I realized that we love a orange hair protagonist. We have Naruto, we have Ichigo from Bleach, and now we have Marian the Heretic. So it's really fun. If you want to see a nun kill a bunch of witches and also take on the patriarchy, like this book's got you covered.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is. So, since I talked about that, I'm gonna put some out into the world. I'm gonna be sending out an email because in one of these issues, I saw the preview for Fantastic Four: Planet of the Apes, and that's being written by Josh Trujillo, who we talked to a couple years ago when he was doing this Blue Beetle series. So I'm gonna email him to see if maybe he wants to come by our show. So putting it out there in the world, because he was really nice. He was really cool. We talked about Lorcana because he's a big Lorcana player. So I also want to follow up with him on that because Lorcana's kind of fallen off as a TCG. But also Clay and Josh, and I imagine yourself as well, would go literally apes if we're talking to a creator working on Planet of the Apes Fantastic Four crossover. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, Jeff. What else?
The latest issue of Feral number 19. I love this book. It's The Walking Dead for cats. They are currently stuck in a pet store where they're cannibal cats right now. So it's awesome. It's an awesome story.
Yeah, that book continues to surprise me because when it first came out, I thought it was going to be like a 5-issue thing.
And yeah, I did too. And it's no end in sight. Like there's no nothing that indicates that we're ramping up to anything other than we're just continuing on this journey with these cats. And the best thing about it is like they're cats, so like they're just as annoying as like you find your character, the characters that you're annoyed with for making the dumb character decisions to continue the story and whatever, but some of these cats, I'm just like, you deserve what you get. You deserve what you get, cat, because you acted stupid. Like that's how I'm reacting. So
all right. Next for me is Marvel Zombies Red Band number 4, the Civil War issue, as you can see from the cover homage. So much has been going on. Are you reading this?
No.
Okay. So this book is very meta in a way. It's kind of rewriting the history of the Marvel universe, but also a lot. It's like, what if Marvel Zombies took a lot longer and kind of went through the whole era? Like it's looking at it on a big timeline, but also the other thing that it's doing is like, what if we get Jen Bazaldua to draw the gnarliest zombie shit you've ever seen? So yeah, there's factions of zombies now that have different goals in mind. Hence the kind of the Civil War homage, because there's kind of like a Civil War theme going on in here. Our heroes just returned from space, where Peter got his black suit. He doesn't really know what it is yet. So like they're incorporating like.
Oh, okay.
These guys are grabbing all the fun bits from all over Marvel history and throwing them in this book and blending them with the zombie juice, and it's a really fun read. And like I said, it's super gnarly. Like there's a lot of guts and violence and gore, and something big is coming for the next issue. And then I love that the issue starts with Deadpool just kind of recapping everything and talking about the writers and getting eaten by a horde of zombies all at the same time. So very, very fun book. I really love it. So
nice. My last book before we get to picks of the week is kind of throwing into the tie-in is the Ultimates number 19.
That's my last book before the pick of the
week. Which covers something else that happens in the pick of the week. So it's a good issue. We can't really talk about it without talking about
the
pick of the week, I think.
So this one is kind of you should read this one after. I guess we'll talk about it later, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I do love it. So well, let's go on to our picks of the week. Let's go with yours first, and then we'll go to mine, and then it'll kind of tie everything together.
Tin Can Society ends with Tin Can Society number 9. You were talking about how Cheetah and Cheshire wraps up nicely. I think this wraps up really nicely as well.
Oh yes.
It is. It's just such a good story. It's Iron Man meets. I always want to say The Breakfast Club, but that's not right. I forget what movie it is, but they're all they're all like young. The friends of is as
Pretty
if the
in
friends
Pink.
of Iron. Pretty in Pink. It is as if the friends of Iron Man come together to solve one last mystery. That is a much bigger mystery than what we first think is.
Stand by me.
Is. I'm gonna figure it out right now. Hold on.
Well, while you do that, I do have it all loaded up on my iPad because I read the first issue, and I think then and there when I saw that it was 9, I was like, I'm gonna just wait. And our friends of Image have sent us every issue, so I have them all loaded up on my iPad. If I get to read it quickly, maybe today. I don't have any big plans today. It's been a big weekend for comics. Maybe I'll get to, maybe we'll get to do that. So that'll be fun.
I'm almost there.
You're almost there? I'm trying to think of other movies.
The Big Chill.
The Big Chill. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I was like, it's something about hanging out. I forget what it is. The Big Chill is a movie from 1983, in which a bunch of college mutual one person dies and all the mutual friends return for the funeral, and then they all just kind of hang out for the weekend and share their lives. It's a kind of a moment in time movie, but that's what this comic is. Like, they think Tony Stark character has passed away, and then all the characters come back, and then they have to solve what happened to him, and that ends up being a much bigger mystery than what they first thought. It's just so good. The artwork is great in it. It's a tight little script, and it's just great.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to finish that. So I'll let you know how it goes. If it goes well, I mean, I love Rick Remender and his stories. So
yeah.
This is, I think somebody else is writing this with Rick Remender, right? Is that right?
It's written by Peter Warren, but it's like it's produced by Rick Remender's
Oh, it's from the Giant
and,
Generator. Okay,
yeah.
I knew Rick Remender was involved somehow.
Yeah, and Peter Warren is just like, thanks so much for Rick Remender because he gave him all the tips and whatnot. So I think they probably
very cool. All right, well, my pick of the week is probably the biggest thing happening in comics for this week, at least, for many reasons. For those that might have tuned in yesterday, I did a quick live stream of opening all my blind bags for Ultimate Endgame _1. This is my pick of the week. So let's talk about the book first, then we'll talk about all the other stuff. Jeff, look at that double the. Well, I don't know if you've seen my video, Jeff, but I got you beat when it comes to A covers.
This is some Target level, BS.
But the book itself is the beginning of the culmination of this Ultimate Universe, right? It's been 2 years for everyone in the Ultimate Universe, and the Maker is coming back. They all have to come together. All the books lead up to this, kind of. I didn't see a lot of the X-Men. I don't know, like, there's really not a lot of Peach Mocha's X-Men in this book yet. I think May Storm will get involved later on, but not yet. So we have Terry Dodson drawing everything outside of the city, and then we have Jonas Scharf for drawing everything once the city where the Maker's been trapped opens up. But Jeff, what did you think of this book? Like, how ready were you for this? Like, out of the Ultimate stuff, how caught up on it were you?
I've been reading Ultimates and Ultimate Spider-Man. I also read Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion.
Okay.
When that came out, and that's about it. Maybe one or two other things. Like, I read the Ultimate
2-year thing.
Yeah, I read the 2-year thing, and I read the whole kickoff special like 2 years ago, whenever that happened.
We're pretty much going to the same.
Yeah. I've not been reading any of the Wolverine, Spider-Man, Black Panther, not Spider-Man, X-Men, Black Panther, other things.
You should read Wolverine, but yeah, like that's. Yeah. I guess it's not required. It's just really good.
Yeah. I was impressed. I was impressed with the twist it took. They've been the Ultimates. The comic The Ultimates has been basically one long lead up to this book, where they have been organizing and getting ready for this countdown clock for when the Eternal City releases the Maker. And everything kind of comes to a head in this issue where you see all that organizing result in all these revolutions that are taking place all across the globe. It kind of also coincides with what was happening in Ultimate Spider-Man with J. Jonah Jameson and Uncle Ben kind of exposing the kingpin of New York as part of this giant global network of people that are suppressing the individual, all these people, suppressing the masses, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the twist ending, like how everything starts to go awry. You kind of assume that's going to happen because it's a comic book. But then how it finishes the twist ending, what you find out at the end. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I'm here to see where this goes. This is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also, I didn't know what to expect. First of all, and this is on the preview pages, so we can talk about it freely. The stuff with the Eternals at the beginning, that prologue.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I was like, I didn't even think about the Eternals, but then you kind of see, and Dennis Camp doesn't put anything on this book that's not gonna come and be like serve the story, which I think it's it's a very difficult thing to do in superhero comics because sometimes you just want to put stuff on there because it's cool, but everything that they've been writing, both him and Jonathan Hickman, and I think he said, I read an interview with like CBR or comicbook.com or something where pretty much there was a few things that Hickman added in here, but really it's all from him because he didn't know that he was going to be doing this, right? He was only doing the Ultimates, and then when this showed up, like he's like, okay, well, we gotta work towards it. And yeah, it's really cool, like the twist that comes with when they reveal the Maker. It's insane. Like how's that even gonna work? And then just getting to see, it's the most superhero comics that the Ultimate Universe has felt, just because now we really have just like this big all-out brawl. So, and that's kind of where the Ultimate books kind of come in, because you should read Ultimate Endgame first and then read this, because this has kind of repercussions, or like it shows you a very narrow focus on that big gigantic battle that seems to be very important. Also, a big first appearance in the Ultimate Universe. At the end, like all the way to the end.
I gotta go back and read.
You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I can spoil it. I didn't want to, but yeah, it's
I'll just look.
The Ultimate Vision.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Because we all thought that Janet was a double agent for the Hand, which is the SHIELD organization in this world. She's not. Well, I guess she is, but she's a triple agent working with this version of the Vision, which we don't know anything about. So it's insane.
Which kind of looks like the Vision, a red version of the Vision from the original Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Was now that I'm thinking about it. The Ultimates 19 definitely fleshes out what happens in the Ultimate Endgame 1 issue. And even continues what happened even a little bit further. So it even advances the story a little bit further along. Really good issue. When you were talking about how Denise Camp like met up with Jonathan Hickman, I'm like, can you imagine having dinner with Denise Camp and Jonathan Hickman, and then like W. Maxwell Prince, because I know they hang out as well. Like, what kind of dinner conversation? It'd be full of graphs and just depression, you know?
My brain would explode and start leaking out of my ears.
Yeah.
But exactly. It would be a happy death.
It would be a happy death.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, that's one level of Ultimate Endgame. That we could talk about on the real world level that we're in. I saved one blind bag to open with Jeff because I was not gonna leave him hanging. So we could do that now. But just based on Jeff's experience and people online, and then if you saw my stream yesterday where I opened, I think I have a total of 3 or 4 Mark Brooks covers now. It's wild, that right?
Insane that they did that.
Yeah. So, but here, let me open this so we can.
If this is a Mark Brooks covers, if this is an A cover,
that is so funny. I never buy blind bags again. So I did open the one of the ones 1 in 50. So and then I got a bunch of Peach Momokos now as well. I got an extra Scotty Young for Clay. Oh, okay. Well, all right. We keep buying blind bags. Let's go. Whose is this? Oh, it's probably back here. Who did the foil? Derek Chew. Derek Chew's foil cover. Yeah, I mean, that's the maker looks great. Not at all how he looks inside of the book. I will tell you that right now.
He looks like a xenomorph in the book in that first page.
He looks gnarly. Yeah, because you forget that he's Reed Richards, so he can stretch, which he doesn't do a lot, but he can stretch. So, but yeah, I mean, people have been complaining online, and I hope. Oh, the other thing, one of my bags.
Do you think Marvel's like right now frantically cutting open all the Daredevil blind bags that have the A cover?
Yeah, gotta get them back. But I talked about this yesterday a little bit. I'm looking for it because I got 2 sketch variants, like just the blank covers. But one of them is beat to shit, and even the bag. I'm trying to look for it. There's too many. I can't find it. But yeah, it is bad. Like noticeably folded in places and damaged. I don't know if Marvel's doing some kind of exchange program or replacement program. I think that'd be nice. Oh, this is the one cover that's the one. That's probably the best one I pulled. This is a 1 in 50.
That's a cool cover.
Well, I guess I don't know the ratio for the Derek Chew, so maybe that's the best one now. But yeah, either way, blind bags. Bad idea.
I don't know how many blind bags are scheduled for the year. I know Daredevil is probably the next big one. I'm sure they'll have one for. They'll probably have one for the new Spider-Man, Superman. They'll probably have one for Armageddon. But I'm out. I think I'm out unless I know there's a chance, because I know sometimes they'll be like, these are what you could have in the blind bag, and if there's an A cover, I'm out. I'm not gambling anymore. But if you give me something.
Yeah, here's my advice. If they don't fix that, here's my advice on the blind bags. If you're going to the shop day of release, just buy one blind bag, and then you'll just have the comic, and then you can, if you still want the A cover and you didn't pull it, then just buy the A cover later after that. But it's not. A lot of people. I mean, it's kind of like a scratch off or the lottery or whatever, right? I know, based on playing trading card games, I know that the common variants are the ones that I am most likely to pull. So I can't be upset when I buy 10 covers, and well, I guess I can be upset, but it's also partly on me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I think that's the lesson. But I mean, that's the lesson I learned, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this again, and I'm not sure that's the lesson Marvel wants to teach me. Because they want to sell the.
You shouldn't be teaching your customers a lesson like that.
But
so
that's my complaint.
I have
you can say it's gambling all day, and then I can be like, I'm just not going to buy the gambling ticket. Then you lost your loss.
I have 2 Scotty Young covers, so I'll probably give one to Clay. I might give a regular cover to Josh, and then we'll see what else, because I think the other ones overall they're different. So, but yeah, it's lesson learned. Like, unless you're like, I did it for. I bought that many because I wanted to do a video, right? So
yeah.
If you guys want to
it's fun. There's a collectible.
Yeah.
So I get it. There's a fun collectible. The unknown, the Schrodinger's cat of it all.
Yeah,
is fun.
That's such a wild thing to say for sure, because it's like the bag is worth a lot before you open it, but it's also worth nothing. Right? I mean, it's worth the $6 that you paid for it. So yeah, it's insane. So we'll see what happens in March when Daredevil comes out. Before we move on to, did you have any books that you bought that you haven't read? I have a couple.
Yeah, I've read everything.
I do have 2. I only have 2 more books. The Red Band Punisher for this week that I haven't read, and also Titan Comics had, and I did get this Russell Dotterman design variant for a book that I'm not currently reading because they keep rebooting it, but it looked very cool.
That was the only variant they had left at my shop, and it was $10 at my shop, so I did not pick it up.
Yeah, I think it was like 8.90. It was more than the other ones, and then I get 10% off too at Titan, so I didn't mind. But the one thing I did tease yesterday while we were opening the blind bag, and I figure let's do it now. I forgot I bought this. I never opened it.
Oh, hey, I forgot about those. I saw those on the
Yeah.
thing, and I thought,
Now
yeah, that looks fun.
this thing was like I think it was $20 if I remember. Yeah, it was $20.
But this is one of the ones where they said you have a chance of like they kind of list out what is
Yeah.
in the bags. And stuff.
Guaranteed comic variant here. So now it is Image, so it could be anything. It could be like some Invincible stuff, a Transformers thing, Spawn.
The list was insane of like all the things. And blind bag. Also, this is the other thing that got me where I was like, oh, this is like dead stock for them, where they're like for the Images case where they're like, I mean, some of them I'm sure are like because they're like guaranteed number one, but where did they come from? Or you just find them in a warehouse? Like, what do you mean? Like,
from where did they go? Yeah. Oh, now this one has a little tab for me to open, but I don't feel like that's the best way to open this. I do have my scissors still here, so I'm gonna do that because I want to keep the bag as intact as I can. So this is the last blind bag we're opening here in the channel for a while, guys. So I hope you enjoy it. This one does feel like even the I already know what book it's from.
I know what it is.
Whoa, I don't think I've seen this before.
That's a cool cover.
Taking, I mean, I know what book it's from because I just finished reading this, but I don't know whose cover this is. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's go to the league. To the league. To see if it can tell me. Let's see if it was worth my $20. Can you imagine? That's what Marvel wants me to give as a Christmas, as a stocking stuffer. We're taking, and then we'll get to, we'll check out what's it called? We'll check
Future
out
comics.
books. Yeah, books for the next week. So this is a 1 in 25 Nicola Sismeja variant. So it looked familiar. So I mean, it is a 1 in 25. So I guess it is. Yeah, I don't know if this would be dead stock. It is an actual variant, and it's a ratio variant. So I don't know exactly how much it's worth.
It's one of the things they recovered from Diamond when they
they got it back. They were able to get it out of the warehouse. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jeff's pull list. Here's your pull list, Jeff. I don't know if you can see that.
Lovely.
Oh, whoops. Hold on.
It's a pretty light week for me. 9 comics.
Yeah. I do. You want to go through that real quick? I don't know. Can you see that so I can look on eBay to see how much this cover costs?
It looks like we've got the Batman special, some kind of what is that? I don't know, some kind of
Arkham,
the Arkham special.
Yeah.
The newest issue of Absolute Green Lantern. I'm kind of waffling on that. I might not be pulling that much longer. Absolute Superman. This should be the beginning of a new story arc for Absolute Superman. The Matt Fraction Batman continues. I really like that first issue of Arcadia, so we're continuing that. The final issue of Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League. The second or the third issue of Night Fight. I don't know which one we're. Yeah. The most recent issue of FML by Kelly Sue DeConnick.
That's correct.
Yeah. And Nova Centurion, Jed McKay's Nova Centurion. It's been fun. That's been real fun.
Yeah, Kelly Sue and David Lopez. Would people actually? A few people voted for that on our, like, as their favorite comic or something that touched their, like, piece of media that touched them. So yeah, I'm glad.
It's a cool comic. It's kind of a murder mystery. But the coolest thing about the comic is that there's like the last few pages are based off of zine, like they're very zine like. So it's just Kelly Sue DeConnick just writing like a little kind of a blog entry, and then there's just like a bunch of little random drawings, a bunch of stuff from just like the creative team in the comic, like a real zine would do. So that's the coolest part about it.
Yeah, it's fun. I will go back once I think the first volume is out or maybe out soon. I need to go check
Yeah.
our email.
And I think it's also a low key look into Kelly Sue DeConnick and Matt Fraction's family life. Like, obviously hyper realized, but you can clearly tell that that's Kelly Sue DeConnick as the main character, and Matt Fraction is the husband who is in Hollywood. Like, they live in the Pacific Northwest. The characters do, and so do the real people. And then Matt Fraction has been traveling between, or the character that would be Matt Fraction is traveling between their home in the Pacific Northwest and Hollywood because he works on a television show. Like, all of it is very true to real life, except for, like, you know, the stuff that isn't.
You know, I think it's interesting because once that thing comes out, I mean, like, once he was writing this, like, was he already Batman? Was he already writing Batman? You know, so like,
yeah, that's a good question.
On top of working on Godzilla, like, was Matt already writing Batman? So interesting stuff. Okay, so this is my pull list, which is very similar to Jeff's. I will say I've gotten a chance to read all, like, I have to read all these books in advance to make videos for y'all next week. So I have read Arkham, Batman, and Night Fight because the Batman books always rise to the top of my list. Not only because, I mean, they get a lot of views, so that's one big reason that I'm always reviewing Batman books, but also, like, I love Batman, so it's not like I'm making a big sacrifice. Like, oh no, I gotta read more Batman stuff. I'm gonna try to get the 50th anniversary treasure edition of Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man.
$20.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So hopefully, one of my shops gives me 20% off. So hopefully, I can get it there. For maintaining a lot of your shops may give you a discount if you maintain a pull list because it's easier for them. They know they're selling books, so they're like, yeah, we'll take, you know. But if you want to know more about what happens in this book, I have a video of that on the channel as well, so go check that out.
There is one fun panel in this book, and there's just one fun panel. I do like that it has the crisp white cover because I have the original version and mine's very yellowed and whatever, sun bleached. But there's one panel in this book where I think it's either Lex Luthor breaks out Dr. Octopus out of jail or vice versa. But Lex is writing Dr. Octopus out of the jail, and I love that
he's piggyback.
Yeah.
It's very silly. They introduced Superman and Spider-Man with like a 10-page prologue each. And then another one to see them break out of jail. So, like, you're 30 pages into this thing, and Superman and Spider-Man haven't even met. This thing is like 80 pages long. But they do take really cool advantage of the Treasury Edition format because there's some splash pages that are like super wide. Like, very cinematic. So yeah, it's very
like
cool.
IMAX comics.
Yeah. This is exactly the IMAX of comics. I want to see. I want a square comic in the Zack Snyder format.
But you flip it up, like
that's right. Okay. So I read. We already talked about the Absolute books. Deluge #3 from Ignition Press. Devil on My Shoulder, the Kyle Stark book. Revenge Tale. I think you should read this probably when it's collected, Jeff. It's only 4 issues. It's gonna be 4 issues. Okay. So I mean, we have the comps too, so I can send those over. Godzilla #7, leading up to the death of Godzilla in the next issue, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. Whatever that means, I don't know what that means. That's just the way they're advertising it, and they're selling a polysealed bag with the same cover as an homage to the Death of Superman cover.
Oh, okay.
I've already talked.
Not a blind bag.
Yeah, not a blind bag. It's a poly bag, so you know what you're getting.
That I will buy. That is still on the table. If I know what I'm getting in the bag, yeah. Then that is on the table. I'm not out on gimmick covers. I'm out on the ones that are trying to rip me off.
Well, you could say that all comics are scam.
That's true.
In the long run,
I'm only willing to be scammed so far. I'm only willing to buy into the scam so far.
Yep. Nemesis Forever, which I've already talked about. We'll have a video on that because I read all the issues. Now, this one, where the place I pre-ordered it from, they sent it early, and I'm not complaining. So, but if you don't have Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, you can find the compact edition next week.
That's a cool
So
cover. That's a cool cover.
it's really good. And big shout out to Tom King because I did a little short on Instagram and we collaborate. I asked him to collaborate because we are mutuals. No, not to brag, but we are me and Tom King are like this. But and the thing blew up because obviously it's on his feed, so like more people are gonna watch it. So TMNT books, the Godzilla, the big crossovers with TMNT, and then the Shredder book continues from Dan Waters. This is the James Stokoe issue of Twilight Zone. So if you like Twilight Zone or James Stokoe or both, or just black and white comics, you have to get this. I've also read this. We'll have a video for it next week. And then Ultimate. This is why I wanted to read Ultimate Wolverine to catch up to this one. My next goal is to read. See, this one's very isolated, so I think I can read Ultimate X-Men all by itself. And then we are back to form with regular Wolverine, one of the last remaining books in the X-Men line that I'm picking up. So, yeah, there you go. Big.
So Age of Apocalypse is officially over now.
God, thank God. I will probably read all that stuff once it hits Marvel Unlimited, just to like make a video, or maybe we can do like a tier list of like, is any of this actually worth going back? I'm sure I read all the first issues and there was interesting premises, but like no more interest. They were not interesting enough to take me away from what was happening before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
From the book that I was enjoying. That's the biggest. I think that's the biggest issue I had with Age of Revelation. None of it was interesting enough for me to be like, wait, I like what you were doing with this exceptional X-Men or this uncanny X-Men. Why are you stopping all this? So okay. Jeff, do you have anything else? I did look it up that this variant is worth like $10. So I lost $10. So I need to get it signed by Matthew Rosenberg or Nicolas Ismeja, so I can get some money back.
That's where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like obviously all markets are kind of like whatever, like we're just making it up. It's all just made up. But I'm like, what is how rare can I mean, I guess it could be rare. Like it's got to be rare. The fifth issue.
I'm sure there were 1/100s in there and stuff like that, which those are on their own like over $20 just because of the nature of it.
I just don't see how it could be like how it can ever be worth more than $25 to somebody.
See, somebody has
the rest of the line.
Somebody has this listed as $25, but it's not worth that until it sells, right? So there's somebody else selling it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's 10 plus shipping, so it's like $15, but still, like, so yeah, I don't know. I don't like the secondary market on comics. I haven't bought a comic book on eBay in years because I'm like, why?
Unless I absolutely am tired of looking for it on my own, or if it's like a specific, or like I will pick up something if I'm done looking for it, then I'll look for it on eBay.
Even then, like if I checked all my shops here and they can't get it for me, or because sometimes they can still order stuff, like even if it's already come out. I will check the artist site because they usually, or the writer, like because they get comps, so they usually put that on their stores. And then if not, I'll go to some of those big online retailers like Midtown Comics or what was Lone Star? What is it called now? mycomicshop.com, I think. Lone Star Comics.
Yeah.
So I'll go to those because those are kind of more trusted. Like eBay is really my last resort when it comes to buying comic books. That being said, if I'm selling the comic book, you can buy it. I'm a trustworthy individual.
I have a long box of comics that I'm like, I need to take pictures of these and see if I can't get anybody on eBay to buy them.
I got a bunch of Mark Brooks covers I need to put online somewhere. Maybe we'll do a giveaway, or maybe I should send one to get graded and just like let it appreciate in value. I don't know.
Maybe I should do that because I have like a Geiger #1 that I'm never going to look at ever again. And
2026 might be the year where I organize my comic books. We'll see.
I spent the last 3 years doing that.
Yeah. So okay, Jeff. Anything else before we get out of here?
I'm good, my friend.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you to everybody that submitted stuff for our survey. Go check that out. That was a really fun show. And it's really all fueled by people that watch this show. Like, there was very little input from us in that show. Now, if you care more about what we're doing and what we like, stay tuned for the next few weeks because we'll be doing our best of in comics. And hopefully we can get more creators to come on the actual live show so everybody can be there. And it's not just, I mean, I like talking to creators and hopefully they like talking to me as well. But it is very difficult to hold a conversation for an hour with just another individual without me just going into like, how'd you do this?
You like cars?
What do you do that? Yeah. How about that weather, eh? Yeah. We do need to get more artists. I've been talking to a lot of writers. I do need to reach out to more artists to see if they want to come and chat with us. So, okay. Well, there you have it. You got it all from Jeff's hot takes on Stranger Things all the way down to our complaints about my ultimate Endgame blind bags. So if you want to trade Jeff one of your Endgame covers, he has an extra Mark Brooks. So there you go.
We can get CB Sobolski on the show and we yell at him for an hour and a half.
I just want them to replace the beat up sketch variant. That's the main thing because it is. I'll put some pictures on socials or maybe on the community page on here because if you didn't watch the video, it's hard to capture on there. It is beat to shit. So all right.
Have you ever seen the real quick? Have you ever seen the ex-girlfriend comic that makes its way around the conventions and stuff? It's a let me see if I can figure it out real quick. It's super signed girlfriend comic. No, it's not going to show up. That's too general of a thing. So this guy had like I don't know. It's not an amazing fantasy 15, but it's something like super rare. And he ended up pissing off his girlfriend, and she like wrote all over it, like "How dare you?" Blah 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 blah. And so he's taken this and he's went and gotten it signed by like every major comic creator in the thing. So now the thing is weirdly worth. It went from super pricey to nothing because she wrote all over it. And now it has all these signatures on it. So now it's like really expensive again. And you'll see it pop up online. Okay. Not for sale, but just like somebody's like, oh, I ran into this at the convention or whatever. You got to look it up. It's so funny to look at. It's got all these signatures on it and stuff, but
nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, if you are not tired of hearing me talk, I will be hosting today the I Read Comic Books podcast. Where they record live, so you can catch that on Wednesday when it comes out, or if you're on the Discord, I'll put the link on the description of this video as well. I think we go live at noon, I want to say, so because my buddy
an hour.
I got an hour to go eat some breakfast, prep. Well, I'm already prepped for the show. I do.
What's the show about?
We're just talking about books we read. I'm gonna be talking more about Cheshire and Cheetah, so. Nice. Because I already had that. I already have all that data prep for the video. So there you go. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for everybody that left us some comments and said that they were going to sub. I appreciate that. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
The most important ththing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
I love you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.